Welcome, Santa Clarita Valley. We're here on your Neighborhood Watch, where twice a month we talk about all things Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station outreach and crime prevention related. Brought to you by All American Bail Bonds. With the studio in the studio with me today. You know what? Some of us have coffee going on. So
I don't.
Carried away. I know. I'm sorry.
And why is
That's
that, Perry?
Josh Dubin.
And why
Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station Crime Prevention Unit. You demanded coffee on your way over here, and I told you I'm not a barista. Okay. You give me a little notice. We're having an issue with the Keurig in the office. We're working through it.
A couple things. One, it was not a little notice. It was a half an hour. Two, I did not demand. I politely asked. Three, who breaks a Keurig?
Let me see if there's a please in your text demanding coffee.
Jessica Baumthreat Boyer.
I think it's kind of sad we don't have a coffee maker in the newsroom.
Seriously.
Or a newsroom that
This
doesn't
is a
have coffee.
newsroom / radio station / media outlet organization, and there's no coffee in this building.
But
The text reads, "Hopefully you have coffee. I haven't had any." So I guess passes for a polite request.
I'd like to point out that Perry and I did come prepared with our own coffee.
That's darn right.
However,
Jessica Boyer's voice with me in the studio today from our news team, and Deputy Yesenia Holwidger.
Good morning.
How was I on the pronunciation? Did I nail it?
Perfect.
Oh,
Perfect.
Outstanding. So if I can, go ahead, go back to your traffic. I just want to introduce everybody.
I'm sorry,
for our
back to the
listeners.
coffee for a minute. If Perry really came prepared, he would know that he has two special guests in the studio today, and he would have brought coffee.
I'm gonna delegate that to my station manager boss. Kyle Jellings is providing coffee. Is that in the realm of?
And on today's episode of Pass the Buck.
Wow. So today, if I can run down the show now, we're going to talk about the top crime story. This is our first show of 2015, and you want to start with this adversarial, antagonistic just approach. All right. Well, we're going to talk about the top stories from 2014, some of our favorite crime stories, and some of our head scratchers, and some of our what were they thinking moments, if you will. So that's just my opinion here. Josh Dubin is looking around. I have no opinion, he says.
Go ahead.
All right. And
what else are we talking
Deputy
about?
Yesenia Holwidger, the deputy for the zone leader for Stevenson Ranch area, and not just Stevenson Ranch, but there's a couple other areas, right, around there, or
West
is it
Ranch.
Westridge or West Ranch?
West Ranch.
And we're going to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about what's going on at American Beauty condo complex, because some sheriff's station deputies have been doing some intervention there and fighting crime there. And then, what else we got going on? Josh, you had a couple of things with social media going on you wanted to talk
Today
about.
is Elvis's 80th birthday.
It's Elvis's 80th birthday. The King.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was not a big Elvis fan.
How could you not be a big Elvis fan?
How could you be a big Elvis fan? You were, not even born when he died.
But the music is still good.
I'm probably
That's
gonna get
neither
some
here
letters.
nor
I'm
there.
going to get some letters. Jessica?
I
Hawking's birthday.
never listened to Elvis.
Whose birthday is it?
Stephen Hawking's.
Stephen
we'll see
Hawking's
that.
birthday?
He's cool.
Yeah. Stephen Hawking, that's...
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody still impacting her. I don't know, you say you a big Elvis fan?
No.
Yeah, well, that's one of four.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Social media.
Sorry, Joshy.
So, what else? I mean, you had a couple interesting things on your Facebook page. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we get going?
Is that what we're going to start with?
Let's start with that.
Okay, so let's start with social media in 2015, because then we're going to transition into these top stories of 2014 that you wanted to talk about.
Absolutely.
So in 2014, we had a number of incidents in the Santa Clarita Valley involving mostly young people posting what some would consider inappropriate things on social media, which caused...
Some were careless, some were criminal. I mean,
Correct.
some were child pornography.
We have the wide range from child pornography to threats,
Weren't really thought through.
Right. So we're starting off, at least in the crime prevention unit, we've been doing some outreach, and we're talking to people, and we're talking to parents. And this started actually back in 2014, and in 2013 when we did the thing at City Hall with the parents, the city staff. You were there, regarding social media, some safety and stuff like that. Then we did another presentation, a large-scale presentation with the William S. Hart School District regarding safety and social media and different.
How many parents come out when you guys do something? Because
The last one was
it was pretty packed, but I didn't make the one that you did with the Hart District.
The one that we did at Placer. It was held at Placerita Junior High, and there's probably about a good 200 people there.
Okay, well that's good to know because we get so many questions with that type of stuff, and it's such a changing situation.
So, social media obviously is here.
Right. And here to stay.
Here to stay. And we are encouraging, and you have done many stories on this, so I would say you're encouraging also parents to have an open dialogue with their young people about the dangers of social media, the positive aspects of social media, and the power of social media, and how to use it responsibly. And once you hit send, that there is no takebacks, and that you really need to be aware of the things that you are posting.
The key for parents is just to always be over their child's shoulder and watching them, right? I mean, that's...
Well, you know what? At least have an open
dialogue.
dialogue. At least,
Okay.
Computer in a common area, have an open dialogue about what's appropriate, what's not. If they have a Facebook account, maybe you need to have a Facebook account, friend them, engage them, have a dialogue with them. If they have a Twitter account, get to know some of the applications that they're using. Because there's so many now, and it changes, obviously, day by day. But, try and keep up on that stuff. Know what devices they're using, when they're using it. Are they using their devices on social media in the middle of the night? Maybe that's probably not a good idea.
And if somebody is looking for a tip, they can call the sheriff's station and ask for somebody who can maybe
Sure.
help them out with some,
Absolutely.
How do I keep up with all this stuff? Because
Right.
it's constantly changing. And I think that's the
we
biggest
talk. All the
challenge.
zone leaders talk about this all the time. I'm always available. Anybody in the crime prevention unit will be able to assist with that. But you've done stories on it. We've put it on Nixle and different things like that. So.
Well, we have to take a quick commercial break. I want to talk about the party that you had posted about that had drawn some police activity in
Right.
Poway. And we'll talk about that and some other things when we get back from our break on your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Welcome back to your Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds. In the studio with me today, talking about Santa Clarita Valley Sheriff Station outreach, is news team member Jessica Boyer. Jessica
How's it
Bomb
going?
Threat Boyer.
Love that nickname. It's the best.
Deputy Josh Dubin and Deputy Yesenia Holwitcher from the Stevenson Ranch area. And I wanted to review our top crime stories from 2015. But first, I saw a post on Josh Dubin's social media Facebook page.
I don't know that it was a post. It was a share
It was a share? Okay, let's clarify.
from ABC7.
And it was one that I'd seen on a couple different
Yeah.
people passing about. Certainly a lot of attention getting drawn. Certainly some questionable decisions being made in this story. But Josh, what do you have for us?
I'm just reading it right now. San Diego County dad arrested for throwing daughter Playboy style party, I guess.
I saw that yesterday, and did you see the pictures?
I did. I'm looking at it right now. So, again, I'm not involved in this investigation. The sheriff's department is not involved in this investigation. It's not even, obviously,
It's
in
San
LA
Diego
County.
Right.
I guess we bring that up for...
What prompted the share? Just because it was something that a lot of people have been
Well,
talking about?
it kind of goes along with our theme so far for 2015 that we need to engage our young people and we need to have conversations with them and we need to be a parent and not a friend.
Right.
I mean, it's fine to be a
You
friend,
said
but you need to be a
parents
parent.
need to be parents and not
Right,
friends, right?
right.
And that kind of seems like that.
And again, I don't know, obviously, more than what this story says. That's all I'm
right,
privileged.
we're just going off news reports, but
Right.
it seems like that's one of those situations that might have gotten a little bit out of control. Deputies is it police officers in Poway? It's probably Poway PD, I'd imagine.
I don't know. So, but I guess from what I'm reading from this article, at least, it looks like there's probably some contributing to a delinquency of a minor or something like that.
If alcohol is provided.
If alcohol is provided, or which is a misdemeanor. In California, there's a penal code for that, so it's a misdemeanor. So
I bet you know that, don't you?
Just something to think about. I think that's. I didn't catch that. Was that a joke?
Well, no, I usually, when I ask, I want to preface that with, usually I'll ask Josh questions about a crime for a crime story because he's one of the outreach people, and he'll drop a penal code on me like, oh yeah, that's a 459 PC, subsection 8, parentheses B. Like usually off the top of your head. So
Yeah.
I didn't know if you had it on that one.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Because usually you drop
I'm ill prepared on that. So did you see the article or the news release from the California Highway Patrol over the New Year's, the final stats regarding
no.
DUI?
But I did. I just looking at the
Boom, dropping that on you.
Yeah. All right. Just looking at the sheriff's station statistics, though, I saw that there were 10 DUI arrests over the 2-day holiday period from the first. Looking at the arrest logs, and that looked like it was an increase. That kind of reflected the numbers you're talking about as far as an increase over the same time last year. There was fewer than that. There was 7 or 8, I think. We did a story because we wanted to get out the information on New Year's and just kind of looking at, here's all your safe ride options. Call somebody. There's designated driver companies.
I thought that was a good story.
Thank you. And then we
Just
really
because there
wanted
was
to
a lot of options for
Right.
sober drivers.
I mean, there really are a lot of options, and I didn't realize this. This is a great service, but when you're a kid from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. On the weekends, there's Safe Rides, which is you call them and it's through the city or
It's through Safe Rides. It's a
through
nonprofit
partnership.
organization.
Okay,
They're one of the
I thought
main
that was
sponsors of the White Ribbon Program, who
okay.
last year I went around all the high schools and gave out white ribbons, along with the captain.
So it's not a city program, then it's just Santa Clarita Valley Safe Rides.
Boom.
The nonprofit.
Yeah.
Just boom, mic drop.
No, it's an outstanding program.
But it's a great program. It's free, and people should know.
But
about that.
in your article, you talked about Uber, you talked about taxi services, Friends, you talked about a couple other different services that are out here. So I guess from the moral of this press release was that there was more DUI arrests and that there was more collisions.
Right.
So obviously DUIs and collisions go hand in hand. So
I would imagine so. So getting to that, speaking of head scratching crime decisions,
how about one more social media?
He's got
story?
one more.
Sorry.
Hot post.
No, not a hot post, but we're
Okay.
talking about social media. We're talking about how it affects our lives today, in today's day and age.
In the now.
In the now. The Atlanta Hawks are hosting a swipe right Tinder night.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
What?
What do you think?
So Jessica
Those-
and
oh,
I
boy.
are
Okay,
in
I know what-
happy committed
Okay.
relationships. Explain to me what Tinder is. I've never heard of
Wait,
it.
are you judging?
No, I just
Okay, go
don't
ahead, Bomb Threat.
understand. I mean, I know what Tinder is, and I have friends who use it, but I don't.
You're all over Tinder. I saw it.
So Tinder,
No.
Tinder is a social media
Pretty bad.
app or a social media platform. As Perry pulls out his phone and goes, "Let me show you what Tinder is."
No, I'm actually downloading the app. Go ahead. Tell me about
If Perry's
Poor
girlfriend's
Kirsten,
listening,
Poor
take
Kirsten.
note.
Kirsten knows I'm not on Tinder.
It's an app that you see, I guess, people's or photographs, and if you think that they're attractive, you swipe right. If you think that they're not attractive, you swipe left. And then if they swiped right on you and you swiped right on them, then it opens up like a little chat dialogue box, and then you chat.
And you get it's linked to like Facebook too, right? So these
It's-
aren't
yeah.
like randos from like Craigslist or something.
No. It's
You
linked.
get a little
It takes
information.
pictures that you choose off
So
of
I've
your
heard.
face. Yeah, you know a lot about this, don't you, Perry?
I got some single friends.
So it takes pictures off your Facebook that you choose, and then the people that are on this application can see the photographs, and then if they think that those are attractive photographs, then they swipe right, and if you both swipe right, then you open up this chat dialogue. Anyways, so the Atlanta Hawks are hosting a Tinder-themed swipe right night on January 7th.
So
Which
do you get a discount if you
Wait a
use
minute, is-
Tinder?
was that yesterday?
That was yesterday.
Oh, well, that was yesterday.
Well, in the now, we're giving it a 24-hour grace
The
period.
event will take place throughout the game when the Hawks face off against the Memphis Grizzlies. And then it said during the game, there was even an area in the stadium there that if you start chatting, that you can meet up. I'm looking for that.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's questionable. Well, you know
It says
what? I guess
fans
it's
who use the
safer.
app are
Here's-
encouraged to swipe right to indicate interest in fellow Hawks fans while at the game.
I'm going to go public safety route. If you're going to meet somebody randomly online, probably one of the safer places is in a stadium, a well-lit, right? No?
It says the team will be providing designated in-arena locations that Tinder users can use to rendezvous with their matches.
Designated hookup spots, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
All
Fans will also be given the opportunity to meet with some other magazine editors and different things like that. So it was using social media integrated into a sporting event.
Kind of like it.
That's cool.
It's not the worst idea I've ever
2015.
heard. Here we are. Well, we got to take a quick commercial break. I still want to go down the my favorite crime stories from last year, but we'll be right back after this, like I said, short break on your hometown station on the Neighborhood Watch, brought to you by All American Bail Bonds.